Tractor Supply's customer base is almost exclusively conservatives, okay? Conservatives who do not agree with this stuff. So if you're tired of your money going to woke priorities like this, it's important that you speak up, share this video, let other people know, because we need to teach Tractor Supply a lesson.
Welcome to my channel, Outspoken Samantha. If you are new here, welcome. I truly do appreciate you clicking on the video to watch it. And since you're here, I would love it if you would help me to grow this channel and hit that subscribe button now. And to those of you that are returning, welcome back. As always, I do appreciate you continuing to support my channel, leaving your comments, leaving your likes, and just helping me to grow. And I would love it if you would just make sure that you are subscribed as well. So a few of you have mentioned this story to me and even emailed it to me, so I thought I would touch on it because as I've looked further into it, I do think that it is something, again, that is just not getting enough attention. So I'm sure most of you are familiar with the company Tractor Supply. It's a Fortune 300 company and it's been around for about 85 years, and it provides a wide variety of products, like things that can be used for farming and gardening. It offers things for pets, clothing, has sporting goods. So they're huge. And as you can imagine, with their history and the fact that they sell something for pretty much everyone, and as demonstrated by their success and growth, it goes without saying that they have a large and loyal and, dare I say, diverse customer base. And the success of companies like Tractor Supply used to be how we measured success in America in general, with people that wanted to do these things, where they just had a vision, they offered products that people wanted, set goals, worked hard, prioritized quality in the items that they were selling, and addressed the needs and concerns of their customers. All of these things. And this is the kind of opportunity that's available to anybody that has the goal and the dedication to do so. This is what America truly stands for. Equal opportunity based on your own power and abilities as a human being, regardless of your skin color, background, or religion. The opportunity for success is available for anybody who wants to work for it. However, there are people today that are trying to make it so that that is not the world that we live in, as the leftist political ideology has programmed people to want to replace equal opportunity with special treatment, and to believe that special recognition is necessary for someone to even have any chance at success, and that without it, they can't overcome their challenges, particularly if they're Black or trans or whatever. And not only that, if we refuse to offer that special treatment and recognition, we are actually actively trying to oppress them. Now, as we know, that's all a lie, but unfortunately, far too many people are falling for it, because we have far too many people who would rather be handed things they didn't earn by being able to claim the highest level of victimhood and oppression, because it's easier than acknowledging the power you have as a human being to dictate the outcome of your own life through your own effort and hard work. So a lot of people are embracing this approach to life, as it requires almost no effort and it comes with rewards that often come at a cost to people who actually do work hard. It's things like gender ideology, trans ideology, putting up pride flags and BLM flags that perpetuate these lies. And while we're sold the lie that these flags represent celebration of people because they're a minority or a victim of some kind, what it really does is celebrate very crippling mindsets that are keeping people from growing and thriving, and they are in direct contradiction to American principles, and they completely undermine the real definition of equality that America stands for. Which is why it's always so fascinating and bewildering when companies choose to adopt these ideas into their branding, because these companies themselves have succeeded because of the very concepts and principles that America was founded on. Which is where we get to the recent major controversy with Tractor Supply and their immense promotion of woke causes and beliefs, and then what happened to cause this sharp and unexpected reversal they made to all of it. So this is a content creator by the name of Robby Starbuck, and he has been covering this story for several weeks. And so I'm going to link all of his tweets and the things that he has exposed in the comments below, or in the description box, I'm sorry, because he does explain it all beautifully and just details everything that he has uncovered. But I want to talk about some of these things because I do have my own thoughts to add, and I think it's important to explore what is happening here and kind of analyze the outcome of this. So in one of Robby's videos, he went into details about a lot of the things that have been happening behind the scenes. So he talks about this distribution center in Kentucky and just the way that it has been decked out to celebrate things like Pride and trans and Juneteenth, and just makes it very obvious that political activism has become a huge part of this company.
Y'all, you're gonna want to see this. I don't think anybody's gone into this the way I'm about to. It is time to expose Tractor Supply. What you see behind me, this is what workers see walking into the distribution center in Franklin, Kentucky. But it doesn't stop here. You might be thinking, oh, maybe this is just some woke person at that center who decided to do this. No, this is just tip of the iceberg. You ready for this? Fair warning, you're going to want to strap in because this is going to be a long video because we're going to expose it all the craziness that they have done that their customers have no clue about. This company is absolutely stupid for doing this. The vast majority, and I mean vast majority of their customer base is conservative, including myself. I have spent tens of thousands at Tractor Supply. First, here's some more of what awaits you at that distribution center if you work there. You might even be thinking, you know what, Robby? Maybe this isn't a Tractor Supply center. Maybe this is somebody tricking you who sent you these photos to try to get you to put out a story that's not true. Well, no such luck. There's the lockers over there for Tractor Supply Corporate, and they've got some cute Juneteenth celebration stuff too up, along with the trans flags. And here's what Tractor Supply has on their team member TV. I want to state I take no pleasure in doing this. I am a Tennessean. I do not want to hurt a Tennessee company, but conservatives deserve to know that this is where their money's going, and it gets worse. There is more.
So this is one of the videos I will link below. It's about 7 minutes long and he goes into a lot of detail. Some of the things that he touches on is LGBTQIA training for employees, funding pride and drag events. They have a DEI council. They're funding sex changes. They have climate change activism, Pride Month decorations in the office, DEI hiring practices, LGBTQIA events at work. And there's just a lot of detail there. But before we go any further, I do want to address something that Robby keeps saying, in that most of the customer base is conservative and that has caused the backlash. But I think it's more accurate to say that most people on the Democrat and the conservative side of things have become pretty united in the fact that they are sick and tired of things like this happening in front of children and pretending that this is under the guise of inclusivity, because there's absolutely nothing about this display that teaches any child about being inclusive and tolerant and accepting. And so we just need to start to acknowledge that this is not a conservative versus Democrat thing, even though it is the Democrat side of the political aisle that keeps putting these things out there, that keeps putting legislation in place to protect these kind of shows and to protect this kind of material so that it can continue to be put in front of young children. But most people are starting to wake up to the idea that this is happening. This is far beyond inclusivity, that this is not teaching children anything about love and tolerance, and that this really is just about crippling young minds. The younger, the better, to turn them into people that are incapable of doing anything because they're so mentally warped by the time they get to adulthood. Tractor Supply, his name is Hal Lawton, and he came into the picture about a month before COVID, and it has been since he became the CEO that all of these things were happening behind the scenes. And he is heavily dedicated to things like climate change, to COVID vaccines, and pretty much every single woke cause that you can imagine. He believes it, he promotes it, and he's forcing this primarily conservative customer base to fund his woke beliefs through their support and dedication to Tractor Supply as a company. So all of this has come out over the last few weeks, and I'm sure that some of their customer base knew what was going on behind the scenes, but based on the response since Robby started talking about it, it seems like the vast majority of their customer base had no idea that this was going on, because when they found out, they made it known that they were not happy. So a few days ago, Robby shared that there was a $2 billion dive in the market cap of Tractor Supply in a single week. So to me, that is an indicator that a lot of people had no idea this was going on. And I do find that particularly interesting because it's not like they were hiding this. Hal Lawton was very open and aggressive with shoehorning his political activism into every aspect of this business, from their insurance policies to their company donations to sponsoring drag queen events. They weren't hiding any of it. I honestly think that most people do just go about their business and would probably never imagine a company like this that most people would guess to have a large conservative base, because most farmers usually actually are, because they understand better than most the devastation and harm of leftist policies relating to climate change and environmental regulations, and know how intentionally destructive they are to farming and in turn to every American household in the country. So they tend to distance themselves from these ideas because they quite frankly have a front row seat to how harmful they are to everyone. So most people are going to think that of all companies, this one would not align themselves so aggressively with something that they know is going to cause their customer base to suffer. But since Hal Lawton joined the company in 2020, he has made it his mission to make DEI, ESG, gender, LGBTQ, BLM, climate change, and all things woke and anti-American, to make it a part of every fiber of this company. So as I said, when customers saw all of this happening and realized that it has been going on for a couple of years, the response was very strong. And it didn't involve the leftist Democrat tactics of death threats, burning down buildings, and calling for the demise of the entire company and everyone who works there. People just said, I'm not going to purchase anything from this business anymore. And after that all happened, Tractor Supply actually issued a statement and ultimately chose to reverse course on all of it. So this was the statement issued on June 27th, 2024. It says, for more than 85 years, Tractor Supply has been focused on one thing: serving life out here. Every day, our 50,000 team members take care of our customers like family. We deeply value our relationship with our customers and the communities we call home. We are passionate about being good neighbors in our hometowns, because without you, we would not be what we are. It is imperative to us that our customers' hard-earned dollars are taking care of our team members and the communities we all love. As you supported us, we have invested millions of dollars in veteran causes, emergency response, animal shelters, state fairs, rodeos, and farmers markets. We have all invested in the future of rural America. We are the largest supporter of FFA and have long-standing relationships with 4-H and other educational organizations. We work hard to live up to our mission and values every day and represent the values of the communities and customers we serve. We have heard from customers that we have disappointed them. We have taken this feedback to heart. Going forward, we will ensure our activities and giving tie directly to our business. For instance, this means we will 1. No longer submit data to the Human Rights Campaign. 2. Refocus our team member engagement groups on mentoring, networking, and supporting the business. 3. Further focus on rural America priorities, including agriculture, education, animal welfare, veteran causes, and being a good neighbor, and stop sponsoring non-business activities like pride festivals and voting campaigns. 4. Eliminate DEI roles and retire our current DEI goals while still ensuring a respectful environment. And 5. Withdraw our carbon emission goals and focus on our land and water conservation efforts. We will continue to listen to our customers and team members. Your trust and confidence in us are of utmost importance, and we don't take that lightly. So after that statement, most customers and people publicly have been thanking Robby for his work on this, and Robby does consider this a huge win, saying boycotts work. And I do agree with him. I agree with everyone that is saying that this is a big win, because they literally changed course on everything. At least that's what they're saying now, and they have changed things on their website, but I would honestly like to see photos from their distribution center to confirm that all of the activist flags have been taken down. But of course, we do have to hear from at least one person that is not happy about this.
So when conservatives boycott because somewhere like Kohl's has rainbow dog sweaters or whatever, they're making a statement that they don't want to shop somewhere that doesn't hate the same people that they do. Tractor Supply has just put out a statement that says a lot of things, but here are two big ones. First, they are no longer donating to the Human Rights Campaign. They were, but they're stopping. They heard that their customers didn't like that they were donating to the We Hope Queer People Also Have Rights Fund, and they were like, boy, I hear you. They're also pulling like all diversity, equity, and inclusion groups and measures completely. It's news to me that they had them and all, but they want to make sure all of us know that they're going to stop. They don't want to accidentally be thoughtful and inclusive to whoever rural America hates the most today. When something like this happens, especially rurally, the statement is that they do not see us as part of their community. It is so isolating.
So a couple of things that really stood out to me. First of all, this kid is clearly brainwashed, because this is not about hate at all. This company has been around for 85 years and only had these woke policies for the last 4. So tell me in the other 81 years in business, particularly in the last several decades, where they were denying anyone access to their products, denying anyone employment, denying anyone service, blocking people from their services and opportunities. Clearly, this company believes in the true definition of diversity, which is diversity of beliefs, as they hired a CEO whose beliefs are the polar opposite of what the majority of the customer base believes. But they didn't care as long as they got the products and services they had come to expect from Tractor Supply. But let's be honest, you don't want diversity. You want a CEO who not only believes what you believe, but forces everyone, employees and customers, to be trained to think like you and be forced to fund the causes you support, and that if they don't, they're hateful. So the only diversity you believe in is think like me or you're hateful. Those are the two options, woke or hate. Secondly, he admits he didn't even know that this was going on, yet he was still able to conduct business as usual and saw no difference whatsoever in the experience as a customer of Tractor Supply. And most conservatives didn't know that this was happening either, and they didn't experience a difference. The boycott happened not because the CEO has different beliefs, but because he was forcing them to support anti-American and anti-family ideologies with the money out of their customers' pockets. They're like, believe what you want, but I'm not going to let you put my money toward those things. Again, I ask, how are these actions a statement saying that they don't want to be thoughtful or inclusive when literally no one, regardless of sexuality or skin color or political beliefs, saw a difference between the last 4 years and the previous years of doing business, and most people had no idea that this was going on. This mindset just really demonstrates how poisonous woke ideology is. As I pointed out in my opening comments, that it just makes people believe they have to receive special treatment based on a specific label, like being black or queer, and if they don't, then it automatically means a person or a company hates them. It just doesn't make any sense at all. But anyway, I do have to say, yes, I do think the reversal on these things is a win, and boycotts do get things back to sanity, which is the goal. It's not to force companies to promote MAGA or a conservative political ideology, but to just stick to doing business, which is what true inclusivity is. Anyone can shop there, get what they need, receive the same customer service as anyone else, and call it good. But what I worry about is that from what I can tell, Hal Lawton is still the CEO. No one's been fired, no changes have been made to staff, and that makes me wonder if this is going to stick, and if so, will what they tell us publicly match what's going on behind the scenes? Because Hal clearly holds these beliefs on a cellular level. So is he and any of the other woke associates that operate the corporate side of this business capable of running a company without incorporating their political activism? I mean, another example of just saying one thing and doing another is the story of the Texas Children's Hospital whistleblower, which I covered recently, and you should watch that video, who came forward and revealed that despite the CEO of this hospital saying that they would completely stop providing sex change hormones and surgeries to children because these things were deemed illegal in the state of Texas in 2022, they continued operating their gender clinic illegally for months and months, despite removing all signs of it from their website and social media platforms. They continued full steam ahead behind our backs. So it does beg the question of whether these things are going to stop at Tractor Supply, or is this a case of making a public statement to appease their base because they felt the pain on their bottom line, but continuing with these ideas behind closed doors. And of course, another question that I think a lot of us have on our mind is, are they really sorry that they were doing this, or are they just sorry that they got caught? Because from what I can tell, they had no intention of reversing any of this until they were called out for it. This was going on for almost 5 years before suddenly they just reversed course and just pretended that they suddenly aligned with their customer base again. They had no problem with it until it started to hurt their profit margin. What I do hope is that the people working for this company will continue to be public about the inner workings of Tractor Supply. And obviously, as a company, they have the right to operate however they want and support what they want to support. And we have the right to take our money elsewhere if we disagree. But there's no denying that that trust has been broken. And if there's even a hint that they're lying in the future about this supposed reversal, this is going to be the end for them. So please let me know your thoughts on all of this in the comments below. Do you think that they're being sincere? Do you think that this is really going to be how they operate behind the scenes? Do you think that they're going to stick to their word? I personally have my doubts, because people that adhere to this ideology have not been known and have not been proven to be the most honest and ethical people when it comes to business and when it comes to pretty much anything else. And it's been a while, but I do want to give another shout out to Marco of Cronus Editing, who has been helping me with my videos. Everybody be sure to check out his work. His link to his Twitter account is in my description box. So if you ever need anything edited, please contact him because he is fantastic to work with. Please be sure to hit that like button. Make sure you are subscribed. Keep it real, guys, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.